Hi everyone and welcome back to today's morning report chart analysis videos on Wednesday 21st of September with me, Richard Perry, market analyst at Handset Markets. We've got these two big central bank meetings today affecting markets, and I'm going to look at euro dollar now and the impact on it. And it's interesting because we had yesterday a move up towards, again, sort of up towards that sort of 112 area on euro dollar, failing around that area, just slightly higher on the intraday high, but sharply lower into the close. To form a negative candle, and that continued early doors today with the Bank of Japan decision, but 111.20 again coming in as your basis of support. That September low basically held, and we've seen a bounce off that level. So the market clearly doesn't want to break that level in front of the Fed. There is a sort of a consolidation, I think, now afoot in front of the Fed. Euro dollar has rallied back to flat on the day pretty much. Look at that candle, basically a doji candle now, and I think we're going to see that sort of really through the day. I don't really expect too much in terms of direction in front of the Fed, but it's really interesting that it's held on to that 1120 support. So the bears are sort of circling, but they're unable to gather control quite yet. And here we see the hourly chart whereby that resistance around the sort of 112 figure area hitting in the last couple of days, falling over and hitting the support of 1120. So really interesting that these levels are sort of still holding near term. I spoke about the fact that I didn't expect it to go above 12 figure or below 1120. Well, I mean, it has tested those levels to the limit, but those have held. And I think what we're going to do is we are going to get direction off the Fed, though. If you get a hawkish hold, I think that's going to strengthen the dollar, and I think that's going to pull euro dollar back towards that 1120 level, maybe testing the key long-term pivot between 1050 and 11 figure. You got that long-term uptrend as well. That currently comes in around about sort of midpoint in that range as well. So these are key levels that I think could be tested today. Now that sort of uptrend forms the basis of a converging trend line basis there, and you're in the middle of those trend lines at the moment. Momentum indicators basically neutral, so I think the Fed will be driving this near to medium term direction, certainly in the next sort of few days and possibly weeks. But in front of this decision, we're still pretty much neutral. You've still not seen any real direction gained off the BOJ. I mean, euro dollar actually is now mildly higher on the day, but as I said, I expect it to be buzzing around this this sort of level for the rest of the session until the Fed tonight at 7 o'clock, and then I expect some direction to be gained off the back of that. But it is interesting to see how this euro dollar has moved. Now, I have noticed also that in front of the Fed, following on from the Fed meetings this year, the euro dollar has tended to rally. So please bear that in mind as well, that it seems as though that the Fed has disappointed in terms of euro dollar throughout this year. But I wish you good luck in your trading today, and I will speak to you again later. Thank you.